thousands, if not 10,000s of years ago. The stars you see may not even be there anymore. And to think, what you're looking at was looked upon by King Tut, Caesar, and many other famous leaders throughout history. But to people, were these really stars? Polytheism is the belief in more than one God. Many of these religions, as you see on the screen right now, with the Egyptians, the Mayans, and the Greeks, all believed in many gods that controlled their destinies. My theory is that these weren't really gods. They made a lot of progress in a very, very short amount of time, including irrigation, there were stone cutting methods for the pyramids, and everything else. As you see in these pictures I have right here, found on tombs of people unknown, I think that the extraterrestrials had a lot to do with this. This one depicted here is of a humanoid man in some kind of helmet. Is that a space helmet? I don't know. This one is probably my favorite. It was found on a pharaoh's tomb, and it depicts him on some kind of mechanical device as it looks. If you look close enough, you can see foot pedals, oxygen tubes, hand controls, and fire coming out of the back. If they couldn't even figure out the modern toilet, how the heck did they figure this out? I rest my case. And the following information that I just said was from World Book and the History Channel. Stonehenge. Everyone here has heard of Stonehenge, correct?
Yeah.
The stones in Stonehenge weigh about 2 tons each, if not more. The original design was this, and originally was a complex. Historians have looked and are still baffled. It was impossible for anyone to be able to carry stones of this size and this weight, let alone stack them. As you can see here, originally it was some kind of holy arena with an altar in the middle. And originally there was probably about a dozen of these. They found bodies buried around the area. Stonehenge is as so. I don't get how anyone could have stacked stones that were 2 tons, let alone weren't even indigenous to the area. These stones would have had to travel from a quarry about 5-10 miles away. The only way they could have transported easily is if they would have had a really big boat, because there was a river nearby and they have found a worn down path near the river. Also, being that they were in circular formations, and they found carvings in the area stating their gods coming down on flying saucers of swords. There you go. Let's move to the next one. And everyone's also heard of the Eastern Island Heads, correct? The Eastern Island Heads are on an island called the Eastern Islands. And there are hundreds upon hundreds of rocks carved into heads and bodies. They are, once again, believed to depict the gods. These rocks weren't even indigenous to the island. They would have had to travel over many, many miles of ocean. And, as you probably guessed, rocks don't float. So, how did they get there? And, again, how did people get high enough to carve the faces? In Egypt, I don't have a picture of this, but there are also statues of pharaohs sitting on thrones that are many, many hundreds of feet tall. The Eastern Island civilization also had irrigation, planting techniques, and many, many other advanced technologies that they couldn't have developed in the about decade that came up in. With technology they had, no wonder they thought these people were gods. Thank you very much.